All right, I hit the start button. We're ready to go. All right, guys. Hey, how's it going? We are at episode 21. We made it to 21. This podcast is
legal.
Old enough to drink. Thank God.
This episode is sponsored by Hoop Tea.
No, it's not.
No, this episode is sponsored by all the technology that it took just to make this happen, because we figured we, at some point in time, are going to need to do like a Zoom call or something. We're going to have somebody in Australia that wants to come in and be in our podcast.
That's why Noah's not here today.
We are not going to be able to afford a floored.
A floored?
We've already started with the drinking. We are not going to be able to afford to fly them up from down under. So we're doing a test podcast with Noah, who should be maybe up here somewhere if I can figure it out, if the recording works. I'm trying to screen record Noah. We're doing it great. I think so. We're going to have our typical topics.
Could you imagine if it doesn't work and Joe posts it anyway and it's just you two talking to me, but there's no me in there?
I mean, it's going to look like a great podcast either way, whether they can see you or not. Noah.
Right. I'm posting it anyways. I don't really care. Like, we're doing all this work.
Our family's going to watch it and be like, where the fuck was Noah at?
Over an hour and a half's worth of setup to get Noah's stupid face right here with audio.
Yeah.
It's the most editing Joe's ever done for this podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
This would be the most editing Joe's ever done.
Right, and Noah's got a really expensive mic on his end, the AirPods. He just stuck an iPad in his ear, and now this is what we get. So, you know, he gripes about my mics, but no. Anyways, so we got topics today. Probably not going to hit any of them, but I'll read them a little bit. How many we got? Maybe we'll talk about Nintendo, Apple versus Android texting, because we've been having some troubles. You know, if we had tits, we'd do a lot better on TikTok. My phone is either too old or too new. Elevator door close buttons probably doesn't do anything in Authenticator apps. Who knows if we'll get to any of that crap. I think we should. But anyways, one thing that I did do, I cleared out the basement. I know you guys are really excited. So we may
I don't fucking believe it.
We're going to start moving the set again, slowly.
We're going to move it, migrate it that way. I know you like the corner. That's okay, Doug. It'll be okay. I promise.
It's okay, Doug. We're going to move everything that we have here, even the door. It's going along.
We're taking the door? Well, don't tell them things. I don't know what's coming, what's going. You just got to stay tuned. You'll see.
I mean, why wouldn't we take the door?
Hey, you just got to make sure the signs that my mom bought you still transfer around.
Oh, we're not losing any of the signs.
No, the signs are all staying. The door probably staying because we don't want to have to detach that sign. So
it's not coming off. I tried.
We tried to take it
off.
off.
My mom, I want to talk about how Joe wants to market this podcast. So he wants to market this podcast as, let's use TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts as a way to watch the long form, to get people to watch the long form, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a teaser.
My mom straight up sat me down the other day and said, Noah, I love the podcast. I've never watched a goddamn second on YouTube. I will only watch the shorts. So I think we need to get a poll from people that watch the long form and be like, would you appreciate the shorts more? Would you want us to just fully go in the shorts?
See, I think we have two audiences, though. I think we have those short attention span audiences, and then we have the other ones that are like, I got a boring-ass job. I drive an hour and a half to work.
No, I mean,
like my mom, where she drives an hour to work and an hour back, and by the time she gets home, she's so exhausted that all she wants to do is watch 45-second videos. So,
well, no,
I don't know. Joe likes to long form. You know, he's going long form. And I don't hate the long form. I mean, we're doing it right now. So,
well, see, I think people watch the short form. The short form is the commercial. Oh, okay.
That's the tidbit. That's the teaser, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even in advertising, you have to see an ad. Like, it's a very well-known thing with advertising. You have to see an ad 6 times before you're going to actually remember it or buy that product. So once people see 6 of our shorts, maybe they'll come to the long form. I mean, that was very similar for me for, Kill Tony. Like, I saw were the shorts, and then I watched the long form, and I was like, this isn't my thing, right? And then I was like, I'll just stick with the short.
And we also started that we used YouTube as our launching ground, and we're using video platforms as our launching ground, but we're a podcast, so you don't really have to see us. So I understand that the shorts work better if you're trying to watch them.
Yeah.
But if you're just trying to listen to us...
It grabs you really quick, because you're switching, and then the way that we're doing our podcast as shorts is... it's grabbing that attention span. You see the quick changes with the cameras and the captions and everything. So we're prying on you guys, okay? We're trying to get you guys to watch us.
Right. I mean, like, I think like I said, it's going to be the shorts. And then, like, the shorts also will be able to keep people up to date. Like, oh, that week I didn't get a chance to watch. I'll watch the shorts and I'll get the main points and move on. But, like, some people, they just want to feel like they're hanging out, right? Like, they're driving to work and they're hanging out with us right now, like we're in the back seat, making fart jokes and telling them their mom's ugly and all that stuff. It's great.
And I think Joe's right. I think we need both, because I even do the same thing for, like, Joe Rogan, right? Like, if I find a clip of his that I'm like, oh, that's a cool clip, then I'll be like, okay, I want to watch the long form of that interview.
Yeah.
But there's other times I'm like, I don't want to watch that long form interview.
Yeah.
That guy has nothing to say.
Yeah, because I could watch 4 hours and be like, wow, that was a waste of my time.
Yeah, so if it's somebody I think I've never heard before or don't care about, I might watch the shorts. But if I hear something that's, like, snappy, I might jump in and listen to the long form. So I think in our case, we need both.
The thing about the complaints department is nobody has ever heard of any of us.
Exactly.
So
well, they're not supposed to. We're here to
want
complain.
to hear us talk for 2 hours each.
Yet. They haven't heard of us yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to launch.
Dude, one thing, man. It'll just take off, man.
I really hope people enjoyed Chris's podcast last week, because that was actually awesome. And to have somebody like that. Yeah, Chris really just, like, had some great stories and great topics to talk about. And I had a great time even rewatching it, and I was sitting there, like, live, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had, like, professional level guests, like, or at least for our level. Like, when we had Cisco and we had Chris, everybody else was like family members, right? Like, you're not famous. They haven't been on podcasts. But then when we did have people that were in, that kind of environment, like, they really took it as a guest. You know what I mean? Like, they answered the questions. They talked the most. Like, and that's what we want. Like, they're like, oh, I hope I don't talk too much. I'm like, no, you are the guest. Like, we all sit here and talk every time, but you're the guest. Like,
I mean, you came up the driveway, you heard the banjos, you walked into the basement, you sat down. You might as well, take control.
Yeah, you earned it. And then so. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's what people are coming for. And then when there's not a guest, hopefully people come to us, and then we'll do current events. We'll do, bitching about stuff.
Stupid shit.
Like, all right, complaint. Like, I want the button. The button's over there, but I'm attached to the table because I'm talking to Noah over here.
What do you need the button for right now?
I need the button so it says complaint. I go, complaint. Like, I have a complaint. I think I'd be fun. Like, everybody, like, they're like, what's your gimmick? All right, don't let me forget. I want to complain about other people. I want to complain about other long-form podcasts. Okay. But I also think, like, our gimmick, right? Everybody has a gimmick. Those hot wings, like, everybody's like, oh, I eat a hot wing, and then they switch topics or whatever. I've never even seen that show. But I know of it, right? Like, what if we had...
You've never seen Hot Ones?
I've seen... How about this? I've seen the shorts, all right? I still didn't watch this stupid show. All right, maybe it's a nice show. I don't know.
Four podcasts that I'll watch regularly. Like, I'll make sure to make time to watch the podcast.
Thank you. So I feel like he's actually sitting next to me because I have the earbud in this side.
I kind of like it.
So it's kind of fun. Like, look at him over
I'll
here.
never show up again. Yeah. I'll never have to go up the driveway again.
We talked about that it actually looks better.
It's like
with
working
the
from home, right, Kenny?
Yeah.
With the lighting, it looks better with two people. So we already talked about having you never come here again and just putting you permanently right there.
I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I'm basically an intern at this point, right? So.
All right, so
you also have the longest drive, but yes.
Back to our gimmick, damn it. I was thinking, like, what if we actually got little forms that people filled out and then we, like, stuck them to the wall, right? Like, their complaint. Like,
each time that they came on the podcast?
Right? Like, wouldn't that be so cool? Like, when you go to a restaurant...
do they fill it out while they're on the podcast?
You want to donate $1 today? Your kid can sign this paper and we'll stamp it to the wall.
But no, like, you go to a restaurant, like, Bruce Willis came there and he signed it. Like, we'd have Bruce Willis's complaint. Like, all right, that was a terrible example for now.
So
but
you're saying, yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure he's saying a lot these days.
I know, it's the first one that came into my head.
He's not saying much these days. I don't think he can get through a 2-hour podcast, asshole. Talking about fucking Bruce Willis.
Joe be over here talking for 2 hours
before you get off the ground,
and Bruce Wilson just be gone.
I think that'd be fun. We're going to complaint department and their biggest complaint. Screw you guys. I think it'd be a good idea. We're plaster all over the wall.
So Joe, do you want them completing that form while they're on the podcast?
Yeah, but I want it like big enough that you can like read it from far away, maybe something like that. Like their big complaint that they're coming to show.
They can't even read this sign now.
That's
from far away.
All right, I don't know what I want.
How big are they going to write it?
Listen, my mom bought that on Amazon, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how big are you going to write something you can see it when that lettering on that sign that your mom got is rather large?
Bruce Willis will write it as big as he needs to because that's all he can do nowadays.
Jesus. We're gonna get so canceled before we get started. We didn't even make it to 100 yet. We're at 89.
Joe just vacuumed up the spiders in the basement. Calm down.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What?
You guys didn't see that like thing pop
I
up?
did. What was that?
Is somebody else in this call?
I don't know.
No, it's just us.
That'd be hilarious. Like somebody else just joins in. And we're like, what's up?
We did send the link to the
I
FaceTime
wonder
in the
if Fanny
generic
joined or
Discord
died.
chat.
Well, no, we'd see it. Like we're just watching
It
an
would
OBS.
say, yeah, it would say that
Oh my
somebody.
god, the podcast has become derailed. Technology is not. We got 3 tech people.
All right, so we
You
were talking
guys
about.
don't hear my cat
You had
screaming while we're at
complaints
it, right?
about long form podcasts.
I did. So I want to get our form for our thing, but for long form podcasts, right? Like I feel like maybe this is just me, but they've gotten a bit. At least the ones I watch have gotten a bit cocky, right? They're like. You know, like so and so, whoever it is, right? It'd be I can't think of his name. The guy, the Theo Vaughn, right? It's Theo Vaughn and so, and that's it. Like, what if I don't like Joe?
Sometimes
Stevens.
I don't know who that second person
I'm
is.
like, who is Joe Stevens? And like, I don't even want to click it because I'm like, how long do I got to watch it before I figure out who this guy is?
Oh, and the best
like,
part,
I
the
gotta sell
description-
it.
The description just says Theo Vaughn and guest, and it's like they talk about this today, and I'm like, who the fuck is he? How am I supposed to know who he is? Why do I know who he is? Why should I know who he is? I barely know Noah.
Exactly. Like, I gotta sell it in my thumbnail, but they're just like, no, people are gonna watch anyways. I'm like, honestly, I'm not watching because I don't know who that is. Like,
You guys are so right, though. It's like they've almost been entitled. And it happens a lot on TikTok as well. You guys don't see that part of it.
Yeah, we're not TikTok-y people.
There's the core amount of TikTok creators, right? It's the same thing with Instagram. It's every social media platform. Once there's that core, like 20, 25 people that have millions of followers, they just feel like they can post whatever the fuck they want and people are going to click on it because they know that person posted it.
Yeah.
So I feel like you get the same thing with Theo Vaughn now. Like, he could have Joe Schmo on, and because it's Theo Vaughn, people are going to click on it. They're not going to give a shit about the whoever the fucking person is that comes on the podcast. I could get on the podcast and probably get 10 million views, and nobody would even know who the fuck I am.
Well, you're
I
not
just want to hear Theo Vaughn.
You are not getting on Theo Vaughn's podcast. We're barely letting you on ours, so calm down.
I would be pretty upset if Noah gets on there and not me when I started this damn thing in my basement. Where did you go?
He left. We told him we didn't need him.
He can't leave. We don't know the password to the TikTok.
Or the Instagram.
Because we had to create another one.
Yeah,
we got like 1.5.
He had to create a new one because Facebook said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, surprise. I will have Mark Zuckerberg on in my basement and tell him that listen, your programs that you all bought together, your apps, they don't talk to each other. They suck.
Guys, we have 2 Gmail accounts, 2 Instagrams, a YouTube, 2 TikToks. I don't want to talk about it.
I killed the one Instagram, so we only have one Instagram now.
We've screwed it up.
We have 2 link trees as well. One with like Ken and Joe's personal phone numbers.
That's for a different reason. The personal link tree is to use for.
He couldn't afford business cards, so he just made a link tree.
Well, that's the thing. We made a business card with a QR that goes to the link tree. That way, we don't have to change the fucking business card.
Dude, I could have
Where's the business card, Kenny? Let me see it.
I could have used the business card, man. I was selling it when I was up at Hershey Park.
What?
I was in line with a dude. He started talking to me, and he was like, dude, you're funny. And I'm like, well, you know.
Oh, I know you. You're on that podcast with 87 subscribers.
No, he didn't know me yet. I tried to get him to subscribe, but I guess it didn't work because we didn't go anywhere. But he said I was funny, and I'm like...
He probably unsubscribed right away.
I was like, if you want more funny, click this link. You know, I felt like...
Well, I have them made at the house, so I'll bring them along
like
next time.
Ad.
I'll bring them along. We'll give Noah some so he can start handing them out to people.
Yeah. I was in the water park, so they would have been like all soggy. It would have been like, here you got to have them waterproof.
You got to get the Dude, we have plastic ones. So I was at like that's a great like segue. Like I was at this tech convention, right? Which it basically just became like I realized, you know, it's just a big advertising for a bunch of different multi-service providers.
Duh.
But
so you mean it's like a sportsman convention for tech?
Basically, yeah. So like every booth would like, you know, here's Acer's booth, and they would show us about like student laptops for Acer, or then they would show us like, you know, Cloudflare, and they would show us what VPN the client they have and how it's better than Global Protect for Palo Alto. But I started judging them after I realized they were all just like trying to sell their product. I started judging them on how good their business card was.
He's walking around. He's like,
paper.
"This one's matte. This one's got embossed lettering."
I got so starky at one point and so judgmental that if they give me a paper one, I just threw it away.
It's like
Oh my God.
It's like American Psycho when it's like the business card means everything.
Exactly. So I started getting plastic ones that had like all sorts of glitter and shit on it. I'm like, I'd buy from you. If you spend this much on a business
I
card,
looked into those at one point to print them. Like you can print the clear ones and stuff. They're expensive as fuck.
That'd be funny. Let's make it like a form, like your complaint on the back. That'd be fun. The most creative business card
stuff from these companies, like, and I kept the ones like I have Palo Altos here, and I have stuff that like.
Oh look, free ads.
We're not giving free advertising.
Look at this guy.
What's your swag away?
Anybody, throw some Mountain Dew up there. Let's go. Let's get it all up there.
ViewSonic, the monitor for us.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say, we can print new business cards.
Ain't nobody helping with our tech around here.
We can print new business cards that have the QR code that goes to a complaint department form where they can submit topics.
Dude, and then we could print them out and put them on the wall behind us. We should put a whiteboard or something behind.
I have whiteboards.
We
They're
have
there.
whiteboards, yeah.
I got two of them ready to go up on the thing.
I just them up yet.
Noah was supposed to come over and help me with the set, and he didn't.
Yeah, Noah didn't.
Oh, fuck you, short bastard.
He was golfing, right? He's got enough money.
I called 27 holes today.
Yeah, he had 27 holes. Gabby has 3, and he did it 9 times.
God, it sounds like he's in prison.
I love golf.
No, that's just don't do that to yourself. You're better than that.
I feel like it's a lot of wasted money.
Anyways, the most creative business card.
Fuck you.
the most
creative business card I ever got was my family used to own a beer distributor, right? And one of the, people come in selling beer, like you buy from the distributor, right? I don't even remember which beer it was, but his business card, it was, his name and everything. And then on the back, it said, if you rip this card, you get a free case of beer. But it was plastic, so you literally couldn't rip it. And I was like, like, there's a 10-year-old, like, I'm getting this, like, like first beer today, man.
Beer distributor, that's sick.
So, yeah, I never got it.
I guess nobody heard me there, but
what?
That's all right.
I didn't hear you.
No, I just had no idea you guys owned a beer distributor. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Corelli beer distributor before its demise.
Yeah. But that's not worth it now. That was before Giant and, everybody, all the bigwigs had, like, because now, like, how are you going to...
It was before...
So that was past River Beverage, where that's at...
No, it was right on the corner. Do you know where, the old...
Should we be stating this on the podcast?
Corelli,
what the fuck is this? Do you see that? Do you see that?
We got a like.
What the fuck is that?
How do we get a like?
Because it's doing the thingies because it sees me going like this.
Wait, we go like this and it reacts?
It'll do a thumb up, yeah.
Whoa, we got fireworks! What is going on?
Yo, the podcast isn't going to be able to see that.
Yeah, nobody can see that, just us. They're like, oh god, there's fireworks. There's people.
No, it's recording. I can just leave it big the whole time.
I mean, if we want, yeah, but we don't need
Well, Noah's going to be this little oh, no, it's not going to work.
They can't see it.
I'm not editing this either. I'm sorry you missed that. FaceTime does a bunch of crap. Sorry, we're new here. This is why we're doing it with Noah. Because if we did it with the wrestlers, we'd be like children.
Why is it doing that? Yeah.
Sorry.
So where was this River Beverage? Or not? Where was this beer?
Do you know where Corelli Diner was? Where it's now Rivertown?
Rivertown? Yeah.
Yeah, it's or not Rivertown, River House. The Chinese place?
He's not going to know.
Yeah, I don't know that area.
I was going to say, he doesn't know the area.
Dude, but it's like...
If you drove from the river...
5 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
Like where you're at, Joe?
Yes, towards the river.
Okay.
Yeah, drive from Joe's house to the river, and it was literally the only place you could buy beer from here to the river.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I used to work there. Judy hired me.
Judy? Yeah. No shit! We gotta have Judy on the podcast. Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
Judy coming soon. Judy is coming soon.
Judy coming soon.
Judy. Oh,
I mean, she's retired. Come on,
yeah,
Judy.
I was gonna say she don't have to worry about ruining her reputation.
I quit. She could be your new social media.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, that'll work out really well.
Yeah.
I don't think she could. She doesn't know what the TikTok is. At least I know what it is. I just don't. Yeah.
I know what it is. I know what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
I just don't use it.
There's no way that just happened.
What?
I went to crack open my tea. Wait? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
That you're weak?
I cracked it open, the whole thing, and it opened just the
We see that you're weak. You're weak. You're limp-wristed.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Put your pants back on, Noah.
This podcast.
It's gone off the rails. We haven't done a single topic that I picked. Did we?
Have we ever done a topic?
No, I don't know why I
you
read
have
them.
done?
This is why I stopped reading in the beginning. I tried. I used to go at the very first podcast I did. After the podcast, I did the intro after it. I said, "Hey guys, here's what we go over in this podcast."
It would be better to do that because we never stay on topic, but that's okay because it works.
But by the end of the podcast, I usually don't remember what we talked about because the only thing shorter than my memory is my dick. So
that's a pretty tiny fucking.
Noah's gonna clip that as a short now.
Hey Joe, that first podcast that you're talking about, where you went, did the intro at the end.
Yeah.
It got 50 views.
Yeah.
So it obviously wasn't working for you.
What are you talking about? 50 is like 50% of the views we normally get.
Yeah, I mean
the most viewed is 136.
We got, I was really surprised. We only have 48 on Chris's.
Yeah, well. Yeah,
but we have 80 on the reaction video of me at 3 Legacies.
I mean,
or SWO,
we just keep playing around.
SWO.
That's what YouTubers do, right? We just keep playing around until we find a niche. We find that niche and we just run and...
Yeah, like right now we're just talking about how bad the podcast is the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. And then everybody that's here, they're strapping in for the long haul, right?
Doug is here. Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Doug's here.
Doug.
Oh my God,
Doug, we're testing this out for you because we don't know when you're going to be in town, so we can at least have you on the podcast.
Okay, we need to...
Doug's next!
I love that we talk about Doug, and Doug, I can't wait to meet you in person, but we got to give some credit to Mindy. Come on, Mindy. We need Mindy. She is... I see her social media videos. She knows how to conquer Gen Z.
She does, but I don't think she's watching as many of these YouTubes as Doug is. I see a lot more engagement
Doug is watching them. He'll show Mindy the ones where we talk about Mindy.
No, Mindy,
I watch your videos on TikTok. You got my attention, and I'm a Gen Zer. You get my attention. You have some great videos.
Mindy is great as well. It's just Doug was the one that lit a fire under my butt to make myself do it. And then... He's always texting me. I swear, if we miss one week of shorts.
I was going to say, you probably got a text last Saturday. Like, where's
He's like, where's it at, man? Yeah. You're losing our momentum. Like, he's part of it. He's not here.
Yeah, Doug actually put some hate mail into. He was our first hate mail.
Yeah, he was our first live contributor. He was our first hate mail.
I was talking to, I was looking at the comments on Instagram or something, and he was talking about how, I'm just a social media intern, and I'm like, hey, I do actual work on the podcast. He's like, no, I'm the original person that on the podcast. Don't say that you're a social media, you know what you're doing. I am the original fucking guy.
I mean, he is. I did print that picture of him. I just forgot to bring it along. I did print a picture of Doug and frame it. To hide, well, not really to hide, but to display in the back.
Put it back there with a little light on it. I got 4 lights total.
So I'm going to bring that along next time. I forgot it this time because I brought the kid instead. But I'm going to bring the...
Brought the kid instead.
Yeah. I put her to work. I brought tech stuff and made her hook
I'm looking
up.
through your Instagram trying to find a picture of you, but all you post is really cool outdoor pictures. So
I sent you some pictures to look at, Noah.
Okay. Well, we can get into Apple versus Android then, because my iPhone has not been able to parse through pictures recently.
Really? Mine's doing fine.
Mine has an issue with say we're in a group chat, and this is I think this is what Joe wanted to talk about.
Joe's bitching about everything because Joe is an Android, yeah. So his
anytime
RCS
I'm in a group chat
with us.
And I'm in a group chat. I'm in a few group chats where we'll send a lot of pictures to each other, and it's a lot of sports media stuff. A lot of quotes from different things. So we post a lot of pictures in our group chats. And after a while, a couple days, I can't scroll back. You know how you can click the group chat and you can see media attachments and you can scroll through all the media attachments? I get to 5 in and then it says search indexing is paused. And then it won't show me any other pictures past the first 5. So I don't know if Android does that, Joe. If you can't get like more pictures back from your
So
your
he's saying like
pictures
if you
in
just
group
go into
chats?
messages and you click a picture, typically you can just wipe through the pictures.
Yeah.
But once you get so far, it says search indexing stopped and won't like keep flipping through them.
No,
And I
like
don't know if
mine,
maybe it
it
was
might
like-
not
it used
be
to
on my
work just
phone
fine.
still. Like, it'll have to load for a second, but
Yeah.
no, they keep coming up.
Mine,
But like it used to work just fine. I used to be able to look years back in the pictures. I knew there was a picture in a group chat. I could scroll all the way back. And I think it's because they're trying to implement that goddamn Apple Intelligence stuff, which is a whole topic in
it could
itself.
be that, or it could
That,
also
like,
be
it-
if your friend shared it and they changed their retention policies on messages, it can delete it too.
That's fair.
I have.
I
had
know
that
the big
happen.
issue that Joe's having is the RCS stuff, which to a point is valid. The way that Apple has implemented RCS is very valid for an Android point of view.
What Joe hates.
You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to be an Apple fan, and now you're being logical, and that's not what they do.
I wanted RCS for years because I mean SMS has been unsecure, unstable for years. There's no Android phone that ships with SMS as its default text messaging out of the box, and it hasn't been like that for years.
Yeah.
Well, we want RCS.
I will be on your side on this.
We want
I think
RCS
is
on
the way to
Apple
go.
too, because I want to be able to send the high quality photos and stuff to my Android friends. The problem is they need to go a little bit beyond and add all the features, because what Joe hates is that Noah and I can hit reply to individual threads and see which threads we're replying to, but what Joe sees on his end is just Noah replied to message.
And it like doesn't even like
But
tell
then Joe
you.
tries to do it, but Joe's the only Android person, so Kenny and I have no idea what he's saying.
I have no idea that he's
reply to
bitching
a
about
message
anything
and be
for a
like, You're
while.
replying to yourself, big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like why? No, my problem is all or nothing. Apple. Like I don't know if like I knew the liked and the loved and the emphasized. Those most of the time work.
You didn't know the emphasize till I told you. You were like, what the hell is these exclamation
But I
points?
know now, so I've used my knowledge in the podcast. I can learn things. Fuck you, Apple, for keep doing that thumbs up thing. That is just so distracting in the corner. So why do they gotta do this? Why? Like, wait, okay. Tangent, here we go. I don't understand. Okay, what's happening is on my side of the thing that it's like you go like this, and then it does a thumbs up again, and you're like, well, I did the thumbs up.
I would
Why
say
did
Joe will clip
Apple's
that for
like,
you guys,
hey,
but
if you
he
get
will
two of them,
never-
you get fireworks.
This is
Joe will never clip that to show you guys.
We're teaching people right now, if you ever use FaceTime and you're having a professional conversation through FaceTime, don't do this because it shows fireworks in the entire screen.
yeah.
If it sees both of them.
There it goes. Oh my God. It is so distracting. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like they should do all
You could be
or
in an
nothing.
interview and be like, what is your biggest strength? You know, like I really conquer big things. I can't get it going. I don't know why mine isn't doing
Yours
it.
doesn't work. It's probably because I'm doing it on
I'm using my PC. I'm not on my Mac right now.
Well, there you go. See, that's there, right there. They're not consistent through the platform, so then
do
don't do it.
we really want his picture fucking flashing fireworks every 10 seconds? We gotta put him up here. We're gonna
Dude, if I found out it would work, I would be doing it.
Oh
the
my
whole
God,
time.
yeah, I know.
Totally.
I might have to leave
But Joe, you're so right with that, because Apple has done that, you know, since I've been alive, with pretty much any feature that they implement that is not an Apple specific feature, right?
Yeah.
Anything that integrates with anything other than Apple. Boot Camp is like the only thing that I know that they fully implemented, and it worked great until Apple Silicon came out, when you could dual boot Windows and Mac OS on a MacBook. That was seamless.
Yeah, it was.
It worked great.
Yeah, it did.
But everything else I've ever seen in my life that integrates with anything other than an Apple product is always half-baked. We will never see a full... And if we even see a full-baked version of RCS on Apple, there'll be something way better than RCS by the time that happens.
Yeah, I know. And it's like they have a whole spaceship out there full of smart people, supposedly. It's like, what are they doing? Are they just riding their bikes through that park? Like, aren't they like just?
There's a lot of internal struggles, and that's why Apple Intelligence. I've been reading a lot about Apple Intelligence and how it's been so poorly run, because there's two different departments fighting over each other. There's Craig Federighi's team that is realistic about what Apple Intelligence can do, and then Tim Cook's team that is like, hey, we're going to do all these crazy features, and they showed at the press conference, but none of those were real features. They just came up with those features on the fly. Like, yeah, your phone could suck your dick. And then those team is like, what?
Hey, they sell tools. They sell tools that do that already. And as much as I love Apple, I support Doc Johnson a lot sooner than I do Apple if I want to put something near my private parts.
Adam and Eve is screaming.
Doc Johnson, I don't know. It's whatever those novelty companies that sell dildos and shit.
Oh.
Kenny seems to know that brand pretty well.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know. Oh, I got my wife a little black wiener, and that was good enough.
Yeah, I just seen him walking around here.
Yeah, he does. He barks a lot.
But back to the Apple stuff. Like, this is one of the main things that I will fully agree with you on. So, like, perfect example, not even the RCS thing. I'm wearing the AirPods right now, and I'm using my Windows PC. And they have like a W1 chip. I forget if it's W1 or not M1, but one of those one chips.
It's the W1.
So where when I can put the AirPods in and they just immediately connect to my iPhone. They know exactly.
Yeah,
and then
that's
if
nice.
I open my Mac and I start playing a YouTube video on my Mac, they'll already connect to my Mac.
Oh, wow.
I don't have to worry about it.
I like
Windows,
that and I don't, because I have so many Mac products in my house that I walk from room to room sometimes. I don't want it to switch. Like, I don't need you to fucking...
Well, you could turn that off completely.
But I don't want it off completely, because there's times I want it. Like, I'll walk from room to room, and I'm like...
Right.
Like, the one that gets me the most is, my phone. I might be playing something on my phone to my AirPods, and I'm walking around the house, but if I walk near an Apple TV that's playing, it automatically wants to become the remote for the Apple TV. So if I just want to pause the song that I'm listening to, I got to make sure that it didn't pick up the TV that I just walked by, or I'm going to pause somebody's TV.
I mean, I get that a little bit. I mean, with the Android phone, I don't know if it works, like, because we have the Chromecasts. So, like, whenever I'm home, any TV that's playing a Chromecast is on my, like, the phone.
That
and
happens,
you used to be able to swipe away the notification and be like, I'm not in that room.
Yeah.
But now I can't. They updated and now you can't. And
I've got to explicitly go in and tell it, no.
A huge problem I have is AirPlay.
Yeah. Like, why?
Like, I have Roku TVs in my whole house. I bought into Roku, and that's the TV brand I go with. I have TCL TVs, but the big thing I have is, like, I'll open Disney Plus on my phone. It's immediately AirPlaying to my Roku TV in my living room. It doesn't matter where I am in my house. It's like sometimes I just want to watch Disney Plus on my phone, and I go to watch it on my phone, and it just turns on the Roku TV before I have any chance.
He's whipping out his phone,
and
his porn pops up on the TV, and Noah's like, and Gabby's like, "What are you doing? I don't want to see that."
Be like, oh, come on, it's a how-to.
It's like, I'm trying to send it back to my phone.
I always had that fear, right? Like, you're doing that, and then you're just like, you see the Chromecast come up, and you're just like, man, I'm one click away from, like, when you had roommates.
They were one tap away from hitting that circle with the 3 arrows. Or the square with the 3 arrows.
It's like the family's coming over. We're going to AirPlay all the photos we took from vacation, and we're going to make sure we don't swipe too far.
If you swipe one picture too far, you are fucked for life. It's like, shit, I didn't put that in my private photos yet. Oh, no.
Hey, they at least added the hidden section now, so that exists.
Yeah.
Android doesn't have that. So.
Oh, fuck Android, man. We got that. We get
or maybe if they do, I don't know where it is. Maybe they did.
There's an album that you can, like, move your pictures to hidden, and then it's Face ID or passcode.
Yeah, like, we can move ours, but in your case, I mean, what do you... You don't really have to hide your dick pics. I mean, nobody's going to see them anyway.
Dude, you need binoculars. You need to zoom.
You
like,
wouldn't even know
what it was. You flip by it and think it was a wolf spider.
Right? You just be like, oh, that's a big bush for a girl, you know, and then just move on, you know.
To get back to the main point that I was trying to get at is...
We had one?
I was going to say, did we?
Yeah, so, like, you have the W1 chip with the phone and the pass-through and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I have to trick my computer into connecting to my AirPods sometimes, like, even my laptop at work. Because if I have my phone anywhere near my AirPods, it doesn't matter if I try to go into Bluetooth and devices on Windows, it's going to try and connect to my phone as soon as I go on my phone and I try to play audio. And sometimes I just want my AirPods. You know, I have the Apple Music app on my Windows computer at work, and I want to just listen to music. And it's just very frustrating how, like, they just take the W1 chip over anything Bluetooth oriented. Like, sure, they have Bluetooth, but they don't want to use Bluetooth. They want to use the Apple-oriented shit. So,
I mean, there's always a delicate balance between making something easy, but then also not hard.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what I was saying. I want to turn it off sometimes because I don't want that because it's fucking me over. But there's other times it's like, I don't want to have to turn it off and then remember to turn it back on again.
Yeah. Like my Tesla app.
Right. Because then you're going to press play on your MacBook and you're connected to your phone. And it's like, why the fuck is it playing full volume on my MacBook when my little kid is taking a nap? God damn it.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Like the Tesla app's the same way. Like if like nobody else has this problem. It's only me. Like, cause like I know mom and dad and Jared have it too. And they don't have the problem. But like if I leave the notifications on at all for the Tesla, it does like the Chromecast. It leaves the live thing up all the time. Like when I'm at home, because I'm near the car.
Because you're close
enough.
Once
like if at work or whatever, like I'm far enough away, it's not connected. But at home, and you're like, but the car knows it's at home. Like I don't need the constant.
Stop showing me.
Right, so I have the Chromecast thing, I have my car thing, and it's like I can't even get to my notifications anymore. I have too much shit going on.
I love that you brought that up, Joe, because this is gonna be a very fat ass conversation here. But the McDonald's app on iPhone fucking sucks.
Yes, it does.
And okay, so sure, I'll order on the app, I'll get through it, it's fine. But I'm a sucker for not closing my multitasking apps because as a tech person, I know it's better to have the apps that you like in your RAM. You don't want to reload the application from scratch every time you open it. So I keep all my stuff in my multitasking. I don't close shit. And if I leave the McDonald's app open, it'll show on my dynamic island on my phone that it's using my current location. McDonald's will use your current location if the fucking app is in multitasking at all.
Yeah.
It will know where you are at all times, and it'll show that little fucking blue arrow.
Yeah, you want to know the worst
everywhere.
part, though? So say I'm driving and I'm placing an order, and I know I'm going to drive to the McDonald's in Pelham, right? But I happen to be in West York. Every moment,
place that order in West York.
Every moment that I'm touching that app, it will try to change the location to the nearest one instead of the one that I fucking picked. To the point where I've actually had it when we hit like go, and it's like, oh, it's at this one, and I'm like, I'm not driving to that fucking McDonald's. That is not the one I wanted.
I know that McDonald's does not do French fries.
Canceling that shit.
I know the one on 462 gives me French fries every fucking time.
Actually, the funny thing is the McDonald's app right now, I have a complaint about that too because I was using it today. I tried to order a free Happy Meal with my rewards. I couldn't order a Happy Meal really because apparently all the local locations are still supposed to have Squishmallows, toys or whatever for McDonald's right now.
Yeah.
I'm going through the app, right? So I select everything. I'm like, Mavis wants this. She wants this. Get to the end, and it's like, what do you want, a Happy Meal with no toy or a toddler toy? Because we're out of Squishmallows. And I'm like, where's the option for just give me whatever? Like,
oh, yeah.
But you either have to pick no toy or toddler toy to move on, like with the selection.
That's weird.
Yeah, it will not let you continue by just clicking like give me whatever you have button.
Yeah.
The McDonald's app on iPhone, and I don't know how much you order on McDonald's, Joe, on Android, but it's just really slow.
I mean, it used to be
slow.
When
you're scrolling so bad. It's just all around is a bad application.
I mean, only like once a month or so, but it used to be terrible. It did. Like, it would lock up constantly. The best part was like when you went to make an order and then you hit go or you were done, like pay, like
place order.
Yeah. And then it would come up with the red thing and like it loaded. And it sent it. You'd get the email and everything. It would just lock the app up, though.
Yeah.
Well,
so you'd have closed the app and then go back in.
One step further, though, and when you get to that McDonald's, and I'm holding a pen because I get very passionate with this stuff. I want to throw this fucking thing across the room.
I didn't know we needed to include pens on the podcast. I'm sorry.
Right.
McDonald's, it's just like a fidget thing for me, too. But McDonald's is the only fucking corporation or restaurant that makes you say a 4-digit code with 2 letters and 2 digits, where the 2 letters are always like ones that you could phonetically fuck up over a loudspeaker. Like, I'll say LM452, and they're like, I don't see one for LN54. Like, it's not. Why can't you just use my name? Order for Noah.
They can use your name. They can, because
They're always asking for that 4-digit code.
I pull up and they're like,
Chick-fil-A, I go and I say Noah H, and they say, "Let me suck your dick while I'm at it." My pleasure. My pleasure.
My favorite is when I pull up and they're like, I'm like, I have a mobile order, and they're like, for Ken, and I'm like, I guess I'm the only one.
Yeah, that's normally what's going on. It's only Noah. They see Noah coming up, and they're like,
4 times a week.
Dude,
we know his name.
They're like, Noah's coming up, and they're like, dude, check this out. I see this guy every week. I'm gonna piss him off. Like, there's an M and a C. Like, I know he's gonna fuck it up. Watch.
They're like this. They're like, dude, did you see this code? BJ69. We're gonna make him say it. We're gonna make him say
What's
it.
your 4-digit code? It's for Noah. Now I'm gonna need that 4-digit code.
Yeah. Nope, that's not it. So try again.
But what other food app makes you say a 4-digit code that's randomized every fucking time that you order?
I can't think of one.
Why can't I just say order for Noah H? There are so many McDonald's everywhere. There's no way that a Noah H is going to show up at that McDonald's at the same time that I show up.
I mean, you have no idea. That could be possible.
Happened to me at the Apple store.
Yeah.
Remember?
Joe had somebody else that was
Exact
You have a
same
very
name.
common name, Joe.
Yeah, he had another Joe Nugent.
Oh, yeah, you made him pull out his license, right?
Yeah, I did. It can happen, Noah. They're just trying to protect your food, okay?
It's been
my
run
fucking
safety.
stale Big Mac and my no salt fries.
No salt?
No, I'm saying they don't put the salt on the fries. There's so many McDonald's around here that just taste like shit. The Mount Joy one.
Yeah.
The Mount Joy one. Fuck you.
I don't think I've
You
ever been
give
to the
him
one
a
in Mount.
pen,
Yeah,
and he is very upset.
I've never been to the one in Mount Joy.
That's going to be the
That's
title of the
closest one to
podcast
me.
this time. Give Noah a pen, and he gets very upset.
I'm going to have to, you know what? I'm going to take my phone. I'm going to drive to this Mount Joy McDonald's. I'm going to do an experience and just like see how bad it is and bring it back for the podcast.
I'll post it on Instagram and TikTok. I'll post it.
In order
I'll
to
post
do
it.
that, you got to change your name in the app to Noah, though.
Yeah,
Or else
well,
you're
I
not
will.
going to get the full experience.
I'll sign up for a new account.
They'd be like,
It'll
oh,
be
this
Noah.
fat fuck is here again. Noah H the 4th time this week. This fucking... And you have a Volkswagen, too, so they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's this fucking guy
Yeah.
again.
We're going to freak the people out. Like, we'll get like 10 people together and be like, all order from the app at the same time.
It's all Noah H.
Just so that when Noah goes, he's going to be like, use my name. And they're like, we have a lot of Noahs that come here. We can't. I'm sorry. You have to say the code.
You gotta say BJ69. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
But I guess that's a good thing I wanted to ask, and anybody that's made it this far into the podcast, I've been thinking for social media, for Ken, like he just said, would people appreciate? Do you think common complaints, daily complaints, if something's happening in our lives, should we take a quick video of that complaint and be like,
Oh, now you're asking
I
me
feel
to do
like this.
work.
That sounds like work.
No, not even you guys. I'm just saying, sometimes I'll be in my car and something, or I'll be at work and there's a complaint or something, and I'm like, this. I could make a quick 30-second
All right,
video
well,
of this, and I could post that.
Here we go. We'll take a poll. If you want to hear Noah complain about shit on a daily, let us know in the comments. If not, you can listen to us weekly as it is.
Noah, I pull out my
Yes,
phone,
sir.
and that's where I get all these topics from when I get upset. I pull out my phone, I write it down, and I save it up. I
So
marinate
instead of writing
it.
it down, why don't you just hold your phone up for a couple seconds and be like, "My name's Joe, and I fucking."
No,
hate
we
my life."
got to film like this so we can piss Gabby off. We
Yeah.
gotta make it crash
Yeah.
out. It's got to be like this.
Her episode's doing well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really still surprised about Chris's. I thought that one was gonna just blow up.
I thought I had a hell of a good thumbnail for that one, but oh well. I mean, some people watched it. They didn't get 2 views.
Come on, dog! You didn't make enough fake Google accounts.
Yeah, Google's Doug's slacking on us.
He's in the middle of nowhere at the moment. He has no internet access.
Yeah, that's true. We're talking about all this tech stuff, and he's out there licking trees and stuff.
The
and he
best
has
part
no
is when we
idea.
actually have Doug on the podcast, he's going to be sitting in the middle of the woods. He's going to remote in from the middle of the woods.
Yeah, my Starlink should hold up for 2 hours.
His what?
His Starlink.
Oh,
He was talking about
Starlink.
Doug,
Yeah. We could have Doug on, Doug and Mindy. I want to have them on, but
Now
I
that we
gotta have
the
them in
ability
person.
I mean, I would prefer to have Doug in person.
No, the first time you have to have one person.
Yeah.
But we have the ability in case Doug cannot make it. We do
Yeah.
have the remote capability.
I was told something about June of him potentially coming back to Pennsylvania.
Well, this
I
is
don't know how true
June, and
that
I don't
is.
think it's. I mean, I haven't heard any actual dates. Have you?
I haven't heard anything. It got close, and he was like, "Well, I don't think so," because he did something. or something. I don't know. So I guess not.
Well, sorry, Doug. You're not getting an invite to our wedding then.
What wedding? I thought you were canceling that.
Doug!
Where do I send the save the date, Doug?
I always send.
Your fucking
I send
truck
my.
have a no, oh my god, does his truck have a mailbox? And like the postal service has to pull up to him on the highway and throw envelopes?
Yeah, it's like mid refueling mid flight, and they just whip it in there. Mindy just
There's
rolls
no
down
PO
the window.
box. There's an
How the hell? Anyways, how do they get anything from Amazon? Like
they probably send it to like post offices or post office boxes or something.
Doug, we need you on the
isn't it
podcast.
free
We've got questions.
Yeah.
I feel like it's free to send like a certain amount of packages a month to a local post office without a PO box under your name. I feel like I've heard that before.
I mean, if not, you could send it to a nightclub that doesn't open until 5 o'clock and just grab it before then.
Sounds like you know that from experience, Ken.
No, but I'll figure it out.
Lock in, Joe. Stop yawning over there.
I'm getting there.
Oh, he's
dude.
locked.
I chopped wood today. I reorganized the whole basement. I took Maddie to the golfing range. I'm sleeping.
You went to the range?
Yeah. I tried to go to the range on Friday, and Cool Creek says their hours are till 8 p.m. I go up there at 7 p.m. Go. The doors are fucking locked. So I pissed all over the door, kicked the fucking door, broke a window, and left. Not really. A guy came out and said, I think the range closes at 7. It was 7:01. I was like, give me a fucking thing. Like,
you can if you have a token already, like if you had tokens from previous times that you went, you can technically get buckets, but as soon as the doors are closed at the bottom part on the like where you actually get your balls,
it wasn't.
If that's still open,
it was.
You could technically, if you have a token from past times,
I don't.
you can fill that. But
not,
the guy at the pro shop will probably be going around the course making sure that, like I was just there today, and there was people like on the golf course that did not pay to golf and just walked on the course and started playing holes. So that guy will go around the course and make sure there's nobody just playing random holes of golf for free. So that's why you probably went there and they were closed. He was probably just making sure people weren't being cheap.
Well, he lost $9 because I didn't get my bucket.
Well, you should go to Leisure Lanes, and I'm going to put a shameless plug here. Leisure Lanes, Centerville, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Leisure Lanes, $1, 15 balls. They are top quality balls. They are Strata Callaway balls. They replace them every year. They replace the synthetic pads every year. They have yardage markers. It's a nice big open range. They have a great bowling alley. Go to Leisure Lanes. That's a great place to go.
So I should have went there instead of that. How late are they open, though? They say they're open till 8, and you get there at 7, and the fucking doors are locked?
They're open to at least 10 p.m., and they also have floodlights on when it gets dark out.
Oh, that's good.
And Fridays and Saturdays, they'll be open till 11
I was hoping some lights were there. That way the mosquitoes knew which way to go.
They are the cheapest driving range and the highest quality driving range around here.
Okay.
I was just there for
I go there
recently,
3-4 times a week.
Golfing.
I didn't know, but I was very
Their
upset.
driving range is top notch, man. It's really great there.
Yeah.
I love going there. And the people there are great. They're all down to earth, amazing people.
I was thinking, too, I probably could have went over to the bar. The bar probably could have, got me the tokens.
Did the thingy.
Yeah. I didn't think till after I
left. Or
left.
they could have at least got you over to the pro shop, or they could have gone over
Some guy came out. Like, I went, and on the door, and I was, looking around for, a sign, to be like, oh, no, we're closed or some shit. Some guy came out, and I was like, he's like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, I was looking to get a bucket of balls. He's like, I think the range closes at 7. And then he went back inside. And I was like, do you work here? Like, what the fuck? How did you...
That weird guy's out there pulling on the door.
Can you were inside the locked door. Can you... I don't feel like it's a difficult conversation, we can go in, we can make this quick,
He didn't want to give you balls.
I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, I don't know. I don't golf. I tried to golf and then
maybe you shouldn't show up with a backwards hat and 3 feet tall.
Yeah, fuck you. I didn't have a hat on. I had my nice hair going. I was ready to go. I acted like I gave a shit.
This is the first podcast in a couple weeks that you haven't had a collared shirt and no hat on.
I had pants on and everything, man.
Tell me you have plaid pants on right now.
I don't have fucking plaid pants on. I got blue pants on to match my blue shirt.
He's not wearing his flannel uniform this time.
I am not. It's hot.
Is it cold down there? I was gonna ask if it's
no,
cold
it's perfect down here now.
It's nice in here.
Yeah.
It's hot outside. It's nice in the basement.
Yeah, very hot.
Joe's basement was like 40 degrees the first time I went on the podcast.
It was.
I was like, I am never going down in this basement again. I'm like sitting there like.
Yeah, well, if we were making some money on that fucking TikTok, we could pay the heat bill. So yeah,
right, yeah.
Fucking social media guy.
That? Did somebody say that? So I actually found out. Yo, you have that brand a little too. Okay. I found out today that TikTok, you cannot get paid on TikTok unless your TikTok is over 60 seconds long. And most of our shorts are under 60 seconds.
Well, that sounds like our intern media person's problem to fix.
I know. How come our social media guy didn't tell us that?
We have an AI doing 99% of the work at this point.
I'm going to spill it.
We could also just have that social media intern do more editing.
Yeah, can you take two of them and glue them together?
I'm on my gaming PC right now, and that could definitely do some.
Fuck! Oh shit! Oh no, my foot! I unplugged you. Hold on. Oh shit! My foot. Technical. It's tangled. Wait. This is professional here. Shut up. Oh. All right. Hopefully that didn't fuck anything up.
Just shit yourself.
No.
You unplugged our in-ear monitor. So you were talking.
Did you put your in-ear monitor up to your asshole?
We couldn't hear a damn thing you were saying.
Kenny booby trapped me. The cord goes right under my foot.
You're not supposed to be getting up during the podcast.
I gotta situate. I gotta move. I'm a person. I'm not a robot.
So these are the ones. Do you have one for me? That's what I'm gonna have to wear when we have somebody.
Yep. There's
you have to do sign language.
There's a third one here, and we can order more if we need.
Yes.
It works well. We were actually talking about if we end up having the time where we don't have a guest, we'll probably have you come over and we'll watch Blazing Saddles with you and do a reaction video.
Oh my god!
The fuck is Blazing Saddles?
Oh, don't look before you get here because you need to come watch it with us.
We're sorry to everyone that he hasn't seen Blazing Saddles. I haven't seen a lot of movies, but I've seen that one.
And we promise you that we will make him watch it.
Timu Steven Seagal.
We will make him watch Blazing Saddles on this podcast at some point. We don't know when, but the moment we don't have a guest, Noah is going to watch Blazing Saddles.
Which will be like 2 weeks from now. So
probably. Yeah. We hope that the wrestler does not cancel on us, but, you know.
Well, I do know for a fact that August 23rd, John and Alicia from one of our earlier podcasts will be in town. And I think we could either get John or Alicia or both on the podcast because they're going to be here for the weekend, so we can swindle them into it.
Okay. As Doug said, if we have one more person on every time we have a podcast, we gain a host. So
we gain a co-host, yeah.
John now knows that there's dial-in possible, so now every week he's just going to join into a FaceTime.
Noah went to the bathroom and brought
We're back, and I gained a kitten.
He brought some pussy from the bathroom.
We got a little.
We always knew you had a nice. Never mind.
This is our little 6-week-old kitten named Calliope. She's 1 pound 1 ounce.
Named what?
Calliope?
Calliope.
Never.
Callie for short.
Never heard of that name before.
What does that name mean?
It's a name from. It's from Grey's Anatomy. There's an actress on the.
So my wife would know that, but I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not
McDreamy,
but it's
cute.
Somebody in that.
No, it's not written. It's not McDreamy, but it's one of the characters. She's the one of the ortho doctors on the earlier seasons.
Okay.
But we rescued her from a dumpster a couple days ago. So
where at?
Yeah, she's been. My uncle's job, and funnily enough, ironically, it's a veterinary supply company.
Oh.
It's a warehouse, but it's a vet supply company. So it's funny. They found a litter of cats, 6 or 7 cats, and the mom. The mom was really feral, but they saved one cat. And then I was like, "Where are all the other cats?" And he's like, "Oh, they're outside." And I'm like, "Well, shit. I'm not gonna just leave them outside." So we wound up rescuing 2 of them. We gave one to one of our good family friends, and the other one is little Callie right here. So yeah, There's probably a couple more out there, but we're hoping they get saved as the weeks go by. But yeah, this is the newest addition to the family. We got Callie here. We have Oliver. He just turned 5 years old a couple weeks ago, and we're slowly growing.
Yeah, and then Gabby said she wants to have 26 kids, is what I heard.
26 and a half, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Half?
She's hoping...
I'll let you... Yeah.
One of them comes out
She wants 3 of one of each.
She's hoping she gets like a hermaphrodite or something. Like,
oh, goodness. I thought that'd be like a parallelogram or something.
We'll see how good my swimmers are and see if we can produce that many.
Oh, hopefully not all in one shot. That'd be... Goodness gracious.
Could you imagine 26 in one womb at one time? Oh my god.
Well, what's her name? Octomom. And only 10. So, I mean,
break the record. Let's go.
I mean, we could get.
We'll have her back on the podcast.
I was going to say, does she want to be Ventamom?
Gabby can always come back on the podcast.
Whatever
she
20
would love
is.
To. Oh my god.
So now that you have this new cat, how are the other ones taking to it? Do they like it? Do they hate it? Do they want to punch it?
So we're really taking this one slow. She has her own room. So we have 2 bathrooms. One of the bathrooms has been designated to her room right now. And I don't know if anybody heard with my microphone, but she was screaming the entire podcast to be let out of that because she hears my voice. But we're taking it slow. Oliver has always been tough with other cats. So we're trying to introduce them slowly. It seems like he's doing okay so far. He's hissed a couple times, but just trying to follow what we know what we've read on the internet, and the internet's always true.
The internet never lies. But from my understanding, if you want to integrate them perfectly, cats like circles. So the best thing to do is to draw a chalk circle, put them both inside of it, and whichever one survives, that's the cat.
What is that? Cat sumo wrestling? What the hell?
It's like cat fighting, but instead of chicken fighting.
Oh, good lord. Maybe I could be into cats. This sounds interesting.
I love Oliver very much. He's been with me for 5 years, and to just see Calliope, this little 1-pound cat, kill him, and then just be left with her.
Puts him in like a headlock.
This cat I've had for 3 days just kills him.
We're gonna watch Noah's cats in a sumo match against each other.
Live streamed on the complaint department.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely getting canceled then.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll have that live stream. Michael Vick will be sitting right here. Be like, fine.
I was gonna say it'll
get turned off right before like the peak point of whatever the fight's gonna be. Right before Calliope kills Oliver. Like,
the best part was when I started explaining it. Noah was like, "Oh yeah, cats like circles," and then.
So we're keeping them separated right now between the door. We do have them, like when we're home, we'll have them in the same room, let them sniff each other. Oliver's been a little kind of aggressive, but hasn't like hit her or bit her or anything. So I think if we just take it slow, obviously I should call your mom, Joe. She would probably know best for this stuff.
I mean, she's going to tell you to do the same thing.
Yeah, she's going to tell you the same thing. Just keep it separated.
She said just take everything that I read. Just take your time. We have the space to take our time, so we're just doing our best.
I mean,
here.
I did a similar thing when we brought Mavis home from the hospital, like when she was born. I brought a blanket home from the hospital.
What, your other kid? You secluded your other kid in a room by itself?
Yeah, like I brought Mavis's blanket home from the hospital so that the dog and the cat and stuff could like get used to the smell ahead of time. Okay. But in your case, since you're keeping
I was envisioning another kid that I haven't heard about.
I mean, if I have another kid, my doctor did a par job on the vasectomy. But
I was gonna say, like, do you put Mavis like in a locked room and you let them smell each other between the
You let Mavis smell the blanket, like
I'm bringing this home tomorrow. I was trying to say what you could do is like, if the kitten has a towel or something that it sleeps on, you could put that out.
Yeah, we've been doing that.
You could put that out during the day so that the other ones can sniff.
I was really getting scared
when we let them.
That this circle idea maybe have came from the 2 kids thing. That's why he's only got the one now.
Ken drew a circle, put both kids in the ring. Only one came out.
And that was Mavis, and that's who we have now.
Hey, if I had 2 kids and put them in the ring, she'd be the one out.
We've done the towel thing, and then when we're home and we have them like in the same room together, when we have her bathroom door open, A couple times now we've put Oliver in that bathroom just to get used to her smell without her actually being in there. So, yeah, we're doing our best. We're trying to get them integrated as much as possible. Oliver's been an only cat now for almost 2 years, so we don't want him to feel jealous or get disrespected or anything, because he's a really cute and cuddly cat, and we don't want him to go from that to like really defensive and then try and kill this little kitten. So
what are Kaleidope's thoughts on Gingham Unstoppable?
Yeah, you want to speak on that? It's the best scent in the world. I think you should have more of that, and I think Bath and Body Works should bring that back as a full-time scent. I don't speak for her, but that was her opinion.
That is what a girl would say.
It looked like you were speaking for her.
I don't speak for her.
Yeah.
I don't speak for her.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
I mean, you should not look into ventriloquism.
I am her press, though, and that's all she wants to say at this time.
Yeah.
That is her. That is her press release for this topic.
You should not look into ventriloquism. It's not in your wheelhouse.
But she's a cute cat, though. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's a cute cat.
She looks very soft.
Yeah.
She's so soft.
And very happy.
She's purring so much right now.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
All right, back to topics.
Keep talking about the topics. I'm going to put her back in her room.
All right.
Say bye, Callie. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is so fucking tortured, dude.
This is why we're testing, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we did the Apple.
Nintendo.
I was going to say, we did the Apple versus Android. We got about 20 minutes left, so we'll probably just end up doing the Nintendo and then one of these two.
Yeah.
So first off,
so run me through what's going on with Nintendo.
So first off, there's a couple.
I know
things,
a little bit, but
there's a couple things going on with Nintendo, and I've kept up closely on a couple things. But the first thing, you guys hear about the GameStop thing that happened already?
No.
Maybe. I don't think it's the same thing though. Go ahead.
That they have to replace a couple hundred units because somebody started stapling the receipts to the boxes, and the screen of the Switch is literally like right behind the box, so they stapled directly into the Switch 2 screens.
Oh no!
That staple was that powerful?
It's the packaging. There's people that show the unboxing on YouTube. The screen is face up, right next to the box, no protection.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So you're stapling a receipt to the box directly into the screen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big staple though.
Apparently, yeah.
Like, I mean, a
But
staple's
that's a
only
big
like that
oversight
long.
on Nintendo's part. You're telling me like they didn't think about that in shipping across like overseas all these pallets that they were like,
well, that's the thing.
Just
There's
throw
already
it so,
people.
like, the box has the screen right on top.
There's already people reporting that they've gotten their Switches that have damaged screens because they've been dropped in shipping or things like that. So like
ridiculous.
It's already been
a multi-billion-dollar company making a gaming console. They already made the Switch 1. It was wildly. Nintendo cannot make two good consoles in a row. That's the problem.
You're right.
Yeah.
You have what? What was before
it's kind of like the Microsoft
N64
curse there too. They can't make two operating systems that don't fuck up in the same.
But you had what? The N64 that was successful enough.
Well, I mean, are you going to go back to the
GameCube was not successful at all.
The NES?
And then they used all that processing power and made the Wii. The Wii was the most successful console ever, right next to the PS2.
Yep.
Then they made the Wii U that nobody wanted.
Nobody cared.
Which everybody thought that was just like an expansion pack to the Wii because they named it Wii U.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Switch. The Switch saved Nintendo. Another Switch 2, where they're putting the screen on top of the thin cardboard box.
And they're going to have stick drift.
That's ridiculous.
Well, and there's other issues.
I've heard that the stick drift actually hasn't been, like, I mean, at least now it's only been a week.
I was going to say.
The Joy-Cons look pretty nice.
I haven't heard stick drift problems yet. I have heard that they've already found userland exploits in order to do third-party homebrew loading. They haven't found a permanent mod yet. They've only found one userland exploit that I've heard of. So there are possibility to load games, but I also heard that Nintendo's now cracking down on anybody that has modded their Switch 1 to play emulators, that they're possibly going to brick the consoles. So that makes
not going to?
No, they are going to. They legally could. So Apparently,
well, they
that's
still crack down on people like Dolphin emulator on Windows. They cracked down on people emulating Super Mario Bros. 1 from 1984.
Well, yeah, because they charge for that now in the Nintendo Online membership because it's part of the fucking
it's like
Switch
$30
Online,
a month or whatever. It is the worst. I listen. Nintendo over the years has made some great content and some great consoles, some great family fun. I remember growing up with my Wii. Remember getting it on launch day. It's one of my earliest memories because I'm very young. 2005, it came out. I was 3 years old. I remember taking off of preschool and going to Walmart and getting a Wii. But I remember getting my Wii when I was 3 years old.
Oh, I had my Wii before 3.
Great family fun, but they are a bad company. They are a mean company. They do not. They talk about family fun. They're supposed to be the family console. They're anything but that.
My Wii came with me at birth, but I mean,
what?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like all their games are like bubbly and family friendly and everything like that. But when it comes to like legal stuff, it's just like they are the worst. Like they seem to like. Crack down on everybody, and
I
why?
think Disney's worse. I mean, I don't think they're quite.
Disney's worse, but they've never made a console. If you're talking about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, even Sega back in the day, Sega didn't give a shit.
Maybe that's why they're not around anymore.
Well, they're owned
not really.
They're owned by Nintendo now.
Oh, is that who bought them?
Yeah, they bought them.
Yeah, I know Sega's still around, but they're not.
But like Microsoft's a big enough company that they can take the piracy and still make money. And
well, and you can't say that so they get upset. Like I've heard too when like streamers are streaming their stuff and things like that,
which makes
and you're
no
like,
sense because
dude, I mean, part of that is
they'll shut down
marketing.
a streamer for speed running Super Mario Bros. From 1984.
Yeah,
they are giving you free advertising to a game that is 40 years old at this point.
Not even being sold new in box anywhere
commercially. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. It's if it's not for it's like creating interest in the product, right? It creates a legacy for it and everything like that. And it's like if they're playing your stuff, it's like playing a song on the radio.
It's
like everybody heard it, but if they want to go play it, they gotta go buy it.
They were playing their original game 40 plus years later, trying to shave milliseconds off of the other world record times. Like that says something. You have made a long-lasting impact on people and generations.
Right.
And you are going to shut down live streams because they're showing your game as free advertising. Other companies will see that and be like, let me send you a merch box.
Yeah.
Or let me endorse you as a stream that is showing our product as in good faith.
Right, exactly. Like the hundreds of thousands of people that watched it, you think that 0% of those went out and played or bought that game then,
right?
or something.
Dude, I started speedrunning Super Mario Bros. When I first realized that it was like a big that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Or even Punch-Out. Like those were great games. They were awesome. And it's like some of those games I got into purely because I saw my favorite Twitch streamer try to speedrun them.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Now, have they acted on any of that stuff? Like, about bricking people's consoles and stuff like that? And
I don't know.
Locking you out of your account and all that stuff.
I know they have gone after the emulators. What he was saying, they have gone after
the emulators are huge.
Working on the emulators. Yeah. Anybody that's done an emulator, they go after.
But it's not like Wii games. It's stuff that's way too old that has not been sold for at least 10 years at this point.
Yeah, but I mean,
there are games...
Now you're cutting into their NES Classic sales. So...
Don't get me started on the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, dude.
So the next part that they screwed up with the Switch 2 is the cards now are digital. So, the card itself means nothing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're all digital games, but if you buy the games, which are now $80... thank you,
that's
inflation.
Crazy.
Minimum $80.
Thank you. Thank you, inflation, for $80.
I'm on Steam. Is there an 80?
But
there's probably one game on Steam, but it's not the standard.
We have to emphasize that Switch games are minimum $80. They will go up to $120.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 80 is the min. There is no less than 80.
That's crazy.
And they'll give you that SD card, but that SD card, it's just like PlayStation. It's just like Xbox. It just gives you the license to play the game.
Yeah, and then you have to still download it from the internet.
Yeah.
The only
So, like, I heard the consoles are really expensive too. Then
they are, but they are $500. They're $449 if you get it without the bundle, and $499.
so
if
is
you
like
get it with the bundle.
Nintendo doing like real bad right now that they gotta like crack this stuff up? Like, what?
No,
No,
because
they're
they
fine.
thought this is what happens with them. They'll go from like, okay, the GameCube wasn't successful, but they'll go to the Wii. It was wildly successful. Then they think they can do no wrong, and they make the Wii U. That's crazy expensive. They get the Wii and then the mandatory game tablet. That the big tablet thing. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Wii U.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Had to buy that, and nobody wanted to buy the Wii U because there was no way to make a price cut for that because it had to include this tablet as a mandatory thing because they thought they could do no wrong after selling 150 million plus consoles. Then you go to the Switch. The Switch was crazy successful, but it saved Nintendo. Now they go to the Switch 2 where they feel like they could do whatever the hell they want to sell this console. They could do $100 games. They could do whatever the hell they want.
I mean, do you have a Switch?
Go ahead.
I know you have a Switch.
I have a Switch. Yes.
You have a Switch?
I used to have a Switch.
So, like, what was
I
wrong
don't
with the
have one
Switch?
anymore.
We're going to Switch 2. What are we getting?
So for me, there's really nothing.
Joy-Cons are too
There's
small.
nothing for me to upgrade to other than the fact that there's games on the 2 that I couldn't play on the 1 for me. That would be the only reason for me to upgrade. Yes, the hardware's upgraded. The hardware's upgraded.
The hardware is upgraded. Like, Mario's head is always like 4 pixels. Like, what do we need better hardware for?
That's what I was just going to get at.
Yeah,
It's like
the hardware is basically only
Nintendo's
better
game
because
style and the way that they make
in
their
the past,
games.
we've only gotten
don't
like
need
720 out of Nintendo. Now we get 1080, guys. They're gonna give us 1080. Not even a fucking standard, which is 4K. We're getting 1080. We're not getting HDR. I mean, maybe we are. I don't know. I didn't look.
It's like some of the games are still 1080-30 on the tablet.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And that's the thing, Joe, like you were saying, you were asking about what's different, what you need. Like, Nintendo, the way that they style their games, you don't need crazy power. That's why when the Switch came out in 2017, the NVIDIA chip that it used was from the NVIDIA Shield that came out in 2014. It was already a 3-year-old chip. And they have been using the shit out of that chip for almost 10 years now. And some of the games that come out on the Switch are admittedly really good-looking games. But they never have had to do AAA games. They've never had to worry about Call of Duty coming to the Switch or anything. And I don't understand why they're trying to get that market when they already have their base market that's making them billions of dollars a year.
Well, I think they want that market because they want the online subscriptions, and that's what sells the online subscriptions is the multiplayer games.
Are they ever going to get that market, though? I feel like every person that's like that is like me and has a PlayStation or has an Xbox already.
You know, but I would say that I have all that stuff, and my wife would still probably buy Sea of Thieves on Switch if it was available. Just for the portability purpose.
But are they going to take their crowd base and like make them upset? You're raping them on the console, you're raping them on the games, and then you're going to rape them on the online stuff. You're raping them on the
yeah, but I mean, all
terms
like
of
they went
service,
too
and
far
everybody's
with
just
the
going to be like,
Switch, too.
"Yep, I want to play Mario Kart that bad that I don't care."
I mean, all the other companies
They
have done
went
that
too
too.
far with the Switch, too.
All the other
They
companies
went too
have done
far
that
with
too,
it
though.
this
Because I
time.
mean, like Xbox right now, I can't. Hey, at least in Nintendo's defense.
How much is the Game Pass
for Xbox?
Yeah,
$15.
The
a
minimum
month.
one's like...
and you used to
I
have
think
to pay.
There's a $10 one, but it's like the base one.
I was going to say, like, okay, so $15
But
a
here's
month,
the
but
best
you
part.
used to have to pay $60 a year, and you just got online for Xbox Gold or whatever the hell
Yeah,
it
but
was
here's
back
the best
in the day.
part, right?
Yeah.
It still only works for one person. So, like in my account, I have 2 Xboxes in the house. I can't run 2 Game Pass games without 2 Game Pass subscriptions. There is no such thing as a family subscription.
Not to be a dick, but you couldn't do that with Xbox Gold either.
What you can do
Yes, you
is
could if you
log
made
in
one
with
as
one
well.
account.
What?
You can log in with one account and make that account, that Xbox your home Xbox.
Not if it
and
connects
then
to
the
the
other
internet.
Xbox.
If it's a Game Pass game and connects
Oh.
to the internet for any authorization, it will immediately come up and say you cannot play 2 Game Pass games at once.
That's ridiculous.
Even if you're
It's
logged into a different
ridiculous.
profile.
It's ridiculous.
Because I do that. Because I'll log in like under... I have Minecraft on our home Xbox, the one that's set as our home Xbox, and I'll log into Mavis's account to play Minecraft, and as soon as Jen goes to launch Sea of Thieves on our account, it'll say you already have one Game Pass game open. You must close that in order to continue. Even though she's on her account, it knows.
That's
because the way that Game Pass works, and this is what scares me about the future, there is no physical copy that you own anymore. You just own the license to play that game. It's just like streaming movies.
It's like
you
streaming
don't have
music.
that
You don't even
movie
own the
anymore
music
physically.
Like right now,
you don't own the music. You just own the license to play that music or watch.
And they can
movie.
take it away anytime they want.
Just like that.
And they can take it away if you buy it,
And that's
too.
why I advocate for anybody I know to set up a Plex server, and I will help them set up a Plex server. Because you should be able to own the media that you want to watch.
Now, okay, that's like a whole topic.
I was going to say, we'll save that for
that.
another.
But because, like, okay,
Sure.
I don't think I own, like, you still own physical games? Like, when? Like, what are you doing?
I mean,
Put a
for us, we
cartridge
do.
in the thing? Like
Switches
I haven't
we do, yeah.
owned a physical copy of a game in forever because I went Steam.
Okay,
Switches
here's a great example.
So what's the difference between Steam and one
this game
Nintendo?
physically. I own College Football 25 physically.
Yeah.
If I want to, I can play the offline version of this game where the rosters are not up to date, the gameplay is not up to date. If there was a bug on this disc, I will not be able to fix that bug unless I go online to update the game.
Correct.
If I want to play any of the online functionality, I need to be online, of course.
Okay.
And 99% of the functionality of this game is an online. So the disc, and it's in my PlayStation right now, but the disc just gives me the license to play the game. I still have to download the entirety of the game onto my PlayStation. I can't just pop it in and play college football. I have to make sure the entire game is downloaded.
That's as of
to the hard
right
drive on my
now. But
console.
if they go the way of Nintendo, what will happen in the future is that disc is going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be about that big.
Yeah.
And all it's going to do is
full
just,
SD card.
all it's going to
It's
do
just a license.
It's just going to give the
It's
license.
just a license to say he paid for this game. You know?
Good.
And that's the thing. I can also we could get into this, but this could be a whole topic too. Sure, like I care about the environment a little bit. You know, I don't care about it as much as some other people.
I mean, as much time as we spent working on a logo with AI, there ain't nobody on this podcast that cares about the environment.
I'm not, I'm sorry, Doug, but I'm not going to wrap myself in like the whole make sure the environment is going to be saved. I would love to. I make sure, obviously I cut up my like 6 packs of plastic things, and I make sure to keep the environment healthy from any standpoint I can. But like the big thing that I see with just Nintendo's a great example with these fucking SD card things. Why are you giving us a whole case for this little tiny SD card? Just to display the like.
Dude,
why?
they did that for the Switch though. We didn't get the books anymore. They don't send the instructions.
Right.
They don't even tell you how to like what.
So if they're not
going
to do that, just give us a little tiny plastic case that has the SD card in it. It's already choke proof. It has that sour.
But you don't need the SD card
So,
because the new SD cards for Switch 2 don't even download the game to your thing. So why do you need the SD card? It can be a fucking QR code that I just take a picture of.
Right. I'm just thinking, like I said, I am not a huge advocate for saving the environment and stuff. I would, it's just not part of who I am. But in this sense, why are we making these huge plastic cases for things that don't mean anything?
Well, I mean,
and that's coming from a person that doesn't do much with the environment. Why are we wasting all this plastic?
I mean, I come from I think I've given that up a long time ago. I don't own. The last console I think I owned was an Xbox 360, I think.
I think the Switch is the
and
only
that was
one I
the
still
last
buy
of the
physical
games where you could
for.
just pop a game in and play.
Right, so I've been decoupled.
It actually means something to own a disc.
Right, I've been decoupled from that since then, and I've gone to Steam, where I guess I'm just used to it. I don't... I go into my Steam account, and I have all my games in there, and I have to download them, but, I didn't have to buy a physical case or anything, so, I feel like... But, I mean, also the games on there, they give some pretty steep discounts at the same time. So when you guys are saying that it's weird that you don't own a physical copy, I feel like I've not had that for a long time.
So
I'd like to collect physical copies.
So here's the best part, right?
They don't mean anything anymore.
So I told you, Switch 2 games are now $80 min. If you want the physical one, it's $10 more, at least. So it's $90 to get that physical code for no fucking reason.
Yeah, that's pretty much no reason. Yeah.
For an SD card that's probably about 10 megabytes that just has the license on the SD
It's
card.
just crazy
says,
that like
Kenny bought this game.
Yeah.
I feel like it's crazy that it's like $80 for a game like that. Like I've never played a Nintendo game that I would say that's worth $80. I've had a lot of fun with a lot of Nintendo games, but would I pay $80 for any of them? No.
Okay, Joe, you're gonna love this. So you know the biggest game on Wii. What's the biggest game on Wii? When you think of Wii, what did you play?
I mean,
Joe's
dude,
was Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
No, I mean the Mario Kart.
Wii Sports.
Right. Wii Sports is what come up. Bowling, boxing, tennis.
It doesn't matter if you bought a Wii in 2005 or you bought a Wii in 2011. It came with Wii Sports. The Switch. I don't know what that one came out with. I don't know if that came with a built-in game.
It depends what model or what bundle you bought. Whatever.
The Switch 2 has a game that models how the new Joy-Cons work, because the new Joy-Cons have like a mouse feature and a bunch of different rumble features. You would think Wii Sports made Wii crazy popular. The Switch 2's game that shows you how the new Joy-Cons and stuff works costs $20 just to play the game that shows you how the new stuff works.
Wow.
You have to pay just to see a demo of the Switch 2.
They seem like
they couldn't bundle in a little shit game like that.
They seem like they're being a touch greedy. Just a touch.
Yeah.
I mean,
because enough people bought the Switch to make them feel like they own the world again.
Wow.
Well, I feel like we're at a point where we can wrap up here and say that let's hope that we don't lose access to all our digital games and digital music and digital things like that, because it's a possibility.
Scary.
I mean, we've gone
Any
to that, though. I mean,
like Apple Music servers could die, and I just lost all my music.
Yeah, exactly. I would lose all my music. I would if Steam. Well, if I stop paying, I don't pay monthly for Steam.
Yeah.
But like, if you stop paying for Game Pass, if you stop paying for Netflix, if you stop paying for HBO, whatever, you lose.
That's what scares me about these licensing things, like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus Ultimate.
Well, it
or whatever.
seems like then Nintendo should go that route with the subscription and just be like, hey, give us $20 a month. You get all of our games.
Well, you have to, too. You still have to pay for the online subscription everywhere, yeah. So.
Oh, my God.
When Nintendo used to be one of the only free ones. PlayStation 3, I think, was free. Then PS4 was when they started making it built-in, or paid.
Yeah.
But I think Nintendo was one of the last ones to make it a paid service, and now they're fully wrapping themselves in it.
Yep. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss at the end of this podcast before we wrap it up and rock it out on this one?
No, I think we, again, this was, obviously, we know this was just a huge test just to make sure that this all kind of worked out, the remote thing. I don't know how it sounded from your end, but, this was really cool, guys. I think, I like being in person. Obviously, I feel like we can push off of each other a little more.
Even though we're giving you a bunch of shit, we do like having you here. This was just, we needed a test.
Yeah, I'll be there next week.
You're tech savvy, so it was nice to have you remote. So.
Yeah, you could handle the stuff on that end.
And it's great, as much as we shit on Apple on this podcast, we, shameless plug, we used FaceTime for this entire thing. On a Windows PC, and I'm assuming you're using a MacBook.
Yeah.
Joe? So, I mean, we used FaceTime. It worked great. And it was free.
Oh, it's not edited yet, Mr. Smiley Face over there. I didn't hit stop yet. It could have crashed this whole time. You're saying all these nice words.
Give me one more. Come on, give me one more.
That didn't work.
Forget it.
It didn't work.
Forget it.
If you've watched this far and you're not Doug, like, subscribe, and click the buttons below. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like, what you don't like.
Make sure to check out the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube shorts. We don't put a whole lot of effort into them. We have some AI doing that stuff, but those are manually scheduled by yours truly.
Yeah, and this guy right
go
here.
Watch
right here, hopefully.
He does all the work.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
Just make sure to go watch them, like them, repost them, whatever.
All right, guys.
Watch past the first 3 seconds. That's all we want. Just count 1, 2, 3. Okay, swipe.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right,
Other
guys.
than that, we will talk to you next week. Hopefully, we're hoping to have Ace Dallas on from SWO to give us some insights about the wrestling. So we're reaching out to him to try to get that set up. This was our first test to make sure remote works for everybody. So you'll see this the week that we're going to be talking to Ace, hopefully. And then the week after, you'll have Ace. So.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and comment. Later.